The placement of the Sun in the 8th house of a natal chart is one of the most profound and psychologically complex positions in astrology. Often referred to as the house of death, taxes, and other people's money, the 8th house is traditionally ruled by Scorpio and Pluto. When the Sun, the core identity, the ego, and the source of vitality, resides here, the life path becomes an intense journey of shedding old skins and uncovering hidden truths. For an individual with a 180-degree view of the darker side of life, the Sun in the 8th house suggests a person whose ego is not found in the spotlight, but in the depths. These individuals often feel like outsiders or observers, possessing an innate X-ray vision that allows them to see through social facades and pretenses. Their sense of self is not static, it is a constant work in progress. Much like the mythical phoenix, they are defined by their ability to burn down their old lives and rise from the ashes, stronger and more self-aware. This creates a personality that is deeply private, magnetic, and occasionally intimidating. The quest for intimacy and power. Because the 8th house governs shared resources and deep emotional bonds, the Sun's light shines on the complexities of the other. There is a significant focus on how power is balanced in relationships. These individuals are rarely interested in casual flings or superficial small talk, they crave soul-level mergers. This can lead to a life characterized by intense relationships where issues of trust, control, and vulnerability are central themes. They may find themselves managing the finances of others, navigating complex inheritances, or becoming the power behind the throne in professional settings. Facing the taboo. The 8th house is the realm of the forbidden, the things society prefers not to discuss. With the Sun here, the native is often drawn to psychology, the occult, forensic science, or crisis management. They are not afraid of the shadows. In fact, they may find their greatest strength when things go wrong. While others might turn away from grief or trauma, the 8th house Sun person leans in, seeking the transformative lesson hidden within the pain. They are the natural researchers of the human psyche, driven by a need to understand the why behind the what. Interestingly, because the Sun represents physical energy and the 8th house is a hidden house, these individuals may sometimes struggle with their energy levels or feel a sense of heaviness in their daily lives. Their vitality is often tied directly to their emotional state. If they are suppressing secrets or avoiding a necessary emotional transformation, they may feel drained. However, once they engage in the work of self-discovery, their energy becomes regenerative and nearly inexhaustible. Ultimately, the Sun in the 8th house is a call to mastery over the self. The lesson for these natives is to learn that true power does not come from controlling others or hoarding resources, but from the mastery of their own inner shadows. They are here to act as a bridge between the material world and the mysteries of the soul. By embracing the inevitability of change and the depth of their own emotions, they become beacons of resilience, showing the rest of the world that there is nothing to fear in the dark. The sign on the cusp of the 8th house acts as the filter through which you process transformation, intimacy, and shared resources. It describes your crisis style and how you handle the deeper mysteries of life. The fire signs. Aries in the 8th house, you approach transformation with a rip-the-band-aid-off mentality. Change is often sudden and initiated by your own willpower. In intimacy, you are direct and passionate, but you may need to learn that true vulnerability isn't a competition or a battle to be won. Leo in the 8th house, you seek a sense of nobility and pride in your deepest transitions. You are incredibly loyal in shared ventures but may struggle with an ego that fears being beholden to others. You want your legacy to be one of warmth and creative power. Sagittarius in the 8th house, you view life's crises as a quest for meaning. You are the philosopher of the underworld, finding humor or spiritual lessons even in dark times. You value freedom in intimacy and may have a lucky, gambler approach to shared finances. The earth signs. Taurus in the 8th house, change is difficult for you. You prefer stability and may cling to situations long after they've expired. However, you are a master of managing tangible resources. In intimacy, you are deeply sensual and need physical security to feel emotionally safe. Virgo in the 8th house, you analyze your way through transformation. When a crisis hits, you look for a practical solution or a system to fix it. You can be quite private or even clinical about intimacy, seeking a partner who values mental purity and mutual self-improvement. Capricorn in the 8th house, you take the 8th house very seriously. You are the master of long-term investments and legacy. You may experience heavy responsibilities regarding other people's money. Your path to intimacy is slow, cautious, and built on a foundation of proven trust. The air signs. Gemini in the 8th house, you process deep emotions through communication and curiosity. You want to talk about the taboo. Your financial life may be varied or involve multiple streams of income, and you require a high level of mental stimulation to feel truly connected to a partner. Libra in the 8th house, balance is your goal even in the midst of upheaval. You seek absolute fairness in shared resources and may find that your major life transformations occur through your partnerships. You are the diplomat of the dark, seeking harmony in intense situations. Aquarius in the 8th house, you have a highly unconventional approach to intimacy and the occult. You may be drawn to alternative ways of managing resources or non-traditional relationship structures. You remain emotionally detached during crises, observing the situation with a logical, bird's-eye view. The water signs. Cancer in the 8th house, transformation is a deeply visceral, emotional experience for you. You have a psychic sponge quality, soaking up the moods of those you are intimate with. You seek a womb-like security in shared resources and are fiercely protective of your private life. Scorpio in the 8th house, this is the natural home of Scorpio, making the themes of this house exceptionally potent. You are the ultimate alchemist, unafraid to go to the absolute bottom to find the truth. Your life is a series of total deaths and rebirths. You are built for the intensity others fear. Pisces in the 8th house, your boundaries in intimacy are often blurred or non-existent. You may experience fated financial situations or deep spiritual connections that feel beyond this world. For you, transformation is a process of surrender and dissolving the ego into something greater. When the transiting sun moves through your 8th house, a journey that occurs for about 1 month every year, it acts like a spotlight descending into a cellar. This is a period of intensification, introspection, and energetic auditing. While the sun usually represents our outward vitality, in the 8th house, that energy is turned inward to illuminate the things we often hide, our fears, our deep desires, and our complex attachments to others. During this transit, you may feel less social and more guarded. The surface level of life feels unsatisfying. You are naturally drawn to the why behind your emotions. It is a prime time for shadow work, noticing recurring patterns or triggers that you usually ignore. Research and investigation, your focus is laser sharp. It's an excellent month for solving mysteries or digging into complex subjects. You may feel a strong urge to purge, whether that's cleaning out a junk drawer or ending a toxic emotional habit. The 8th house governs shared energy and resources. This transit often brings matters of dependency and support to the forefront. You might find yourself craving deeper, more soul-bearing connections with a partner. Superficial interactions feel draining. You may become more aware of where power is unbalanced in your relationships. It's a time for negotiating boundaries. This is the traditional tax and debt sector. You may find yourself dealing with loans, shared bank accounts, insurance, or inheritances. It's a month to get your financial underworld in order. In a metaphorical sense, the sun here marks a period of shedding. To move into the expansive light of the 9th house, which follows, you must first let go of what no longer serves you in the 8th. You might experience a mini-ego death, where an old version of yourself or a specific ambition fades away to make room for something more authentic. It is a period of high resilience. Even if you face a crisis during this time, the sun's presence gives you the alchemical ability to transform that stress into personal wisdom. Think of this transit as a yearly soul reset. It can feel heavy or serious compared to the fun of the 5th house or the busyness of the 6th, but it is the most transformative month of your solar year. By the time the sun exits the 8th house, you usually feel lighter, having left a piece of your old self behind in the depths.